Hi, I'm Lee, and as they said, I'm the editor and founder of Art and Science Journal. My area of research is in artworks that deal with themes of science, nature, and technology. With today's theme of innovation and creativity, I'm going to talk about how artworks with these themes can be catalysts for eureka moments and a fuller understanding of the world we live in. Artworks are a presence that can expand upon knowledge that we have read or heard about. Yes, humans can conceptually understand vast distances, numbers, and quantities, but can we really feel them? Art is a presence that can make ideas click. To compare this with moments that most of us have experienced, I'd like you to think back to when you first found out that cells existed. To hear or to learn about cells is an abstract idea, and we can believe this occurs and can think about it. But until you saw an image of the cell on a slide, in a textbook, or under a microscope, you didn't fully feel the knowledge. By seeing a physical presence of the cell, the concepts became reality. And this type of eureka moment is so important to our understanding, but also to our well-being. We all know of people who have made drastic lifestyle changes, whether it's quitting smoking or losing weight, or many others. And for most of these people, the drastic change came from a eureka moment, a moment where suddenly a fuller understanding of their own mortality or their own agency really clicked. Our knowledge that is a presence confronts us in a way that we cannot ignore. So how do we encourage these types of eureka moments in our everyday life? I'm suggesting that one answer to this question is the collision of art and science. Just as seeing the cell create a moment of awe and true understanding, art can do this in our everyday life because art is a presence. The added bonus with art is that through enlargement and artistic exaggeration, art can convey messages about these images and can therefore be used for social awareness. But the best way to show you how this works is to actually show you the art. So here are a few examples from Art and Science Journal. In this work, Sundead, the artist Luciana Podkuminski uses a visual pun to demonstrate the damages and the dangers of suntanning. We all know that suntanning is bad for us, but this type of conceptual knowledge isn't always enough to make sunbathers stop. This occurs with so many lifestyle choices. Knowing the facts and truly experiencing and feeling something are different things. But this isn't just with ourselves. In this work, Ariel, the artist Baptiste de Bombourg has created an installation piece of what might happen when nature rebels against our damage. It's one thing to discuss global warming, the numbers and the facts, but to experience what might happen confronts us in a way that the numbers do not. It's a message that we can really feel. In this work, White is the Color of Death, the artist Adam Batchelor shows a great white shark flipped upside down. Batchelor is concerned with consumerism and worries that as we start to focus on things, we'll forget about the effects on lives. What makes this work effective is the aspect of shock. We may be used to seeing our pet dead goldfish upside down, but this artwork, with its enlargement and focus on a world flipped upside down with a great white shark, top predator, king of the ocean, really wakes us up. It's an image we're not used to seeing. Now you might say, well, we can convey this with photographs, documentary photographs. And we may be moved by seeing a dead shark like that, or we may not. But this type of focus on a world flipped upside down and this intense look really grabs us in. But before you get nervous and start to think that the collision of art and science is just messages of warning and pending doom, yes, art has the capacity to wake us up, but also carries the capacity for wonder. But what is the purpose of wonder? Well, just this past summer, scientists at Stanford University, led by Melanie Rudd, concluded that moments of awe make us nicer to one another and can help us to deal with the stresses of modern life. As the study states, moments of awe made participants feel like they had more time available to them. It made them less materialistic, more patient, and more willing to volunteer their time to help others. So overall, the more wonder we can create in our lives, for ourselves and for others, the better. To apply this, how can we actively work to create wonder? I think that one answer, again, is the collision of art and science. This type of art, because it is a presence, has the capacity to overcome us with wonder. From installations to images, this work can really make us feel awe. And here are some examples. In this work, Inriviera shows how nature can overcome human creations. Just as a weed can grow through cement, the artist has recreated this process in the gallery space. Immediately, viewers are struck by the growth in this artwork. And once again, this larger-than-life artwork creates a sense of awe in our world. In her works, Elaine Whitacre analyzes our relationship to bacteria. Every day, all of us walk by those Perel sanitation pumps that aim to cleanse us of bacteria. It has been ingrained into our minds that bacteria is bad and bacteria will kill us. Really, bacteria can be good or it can be bad. In our bodies, many bacteria are living within us in harmony, and in many cases, helping us. Yet this constant fear of them remains. In her works, Whitacre has brought bacteria into focus, and most recently has brought it into the gallery. In her works, she has grown salt and is now learning how to grow salt bacteria, a non-pathogenic bacteria. By confronting us with these images, Whitacre makes us think about whether we are afraid of them. And when our logical mind reads a description which tells us that bacteria is harmless, how does this change our perception? Artworks like Whitacre's make us contemplate and possibly rethink our world. The visual aspects of their work confront us. Someone can tell me that bacteria won't hurt me, and I can say I'm fine with that. But what happens when bacteria is literally in front of me? This type of confrontation makes us pause and think about these mini worlds that we tend to take for granted. Sanjeev Rasa is another artist who creates awe-inspiring images with his photographs of the night sky. In describing his interest in the night sky, he states, "I'm drawn to the night sky because it invites observation and awareness. When I leave behind the studio in the city and head to the pristine dark skies, I leave behind not only the light pollution, but also the physical and mental clutter of life." Artworks like his allow us to see our world anew. Regularly, when we look up at the night sky, we see a dulled-down version of what Rasa can capture with the enhancement of technology. After looking at his images, we can look up at the night sky again and really see or realize how wondrous it is. The sky especially is a natural wonder that we all take for granted. In his work, Rasa questions what is real, the darkness we see when we look up, or the images he can capture with his lens. As he states on the topic, "I know the dilemma as to what is real only comes up if we adopt the mentality of modern science that there is an objective reality that is knowable and quantifiable." He states that artists and philosophers have long known that, to the extent that there is an external reality, is entirely mediated by our sensory experience, the subjective lens of perception. I bring this discussion up not to separate science and art, but rather to show they are both part of our complete knowledge, especially with subjects that create awe. So much of what we know isn't just knowing the facts, but also feeling and experiencing. So if art and science can create wonder in eureka moments, how does this change how we form our social and health campaigns? If art and science can create wonder, which lead to people being nicer to others and calmer with the world, how does this change how we build our communities, our cities, and our schools? As we move forward, I'm suggesting that we think about whether we are actively working to create a sense of wonder in the world we live in. When ideas become a physical presence, or when natural processes become enlarged so that we can experience them, that's where wonder and a fuller knowledge can happen. When art and science collide, there's wonder. So let's do something about it. Thank you.